It's time now to welcome back to the program for another insightful, information-packed mini lecture. This time, I believe, focusing on how to actually cope with hay fever. It's, of course, Dennis the Chemist. How are you, Dennis?
Mighty fine. I'm sorry, Alex, but this notice has come up. Leave the meeting, got it. Maybe I pressed got it. Oh, you've got it now. Yes, mighty fine. But we're heading for the hay fever season. And I've had hay fever since I was 6 years old. And I'm 81. And of course, all the years with the sneezing and the itchy eyes, and I've been on regular medicines. And you can see here some of the products available now from your pharmacy. There's Piriton, Polynase, Hayfever, eye drops, Alacron, Murine, and then you've got other tablets. You've got Benadryl, Alevia, Loratadine, Piriton. So these are the products that you'll be offered in your pharmacy for hay fever. But what I wanted to mention, I came across 20 years ago a book. Here's the book. It's called The Immune System Cure. Optimize your immune system in 30 days, the natural way. I think you're seeing it back to front, Alex, because it's in a mirror. So in this book, it's about a product from South Africa called Moducare. This is the product, Moducare. And Professor Patrick Buick at Cape Town University, he came across this product as the sap of a tree. The tree is a pine tree. The people in South Africa have been drinking for health reasons the sap of this pine tree. So 20 years ago, he analyzed what was in the sap of the tree that was so good. And he took the water out of the sap of the tree and he was left with a powder. And the powder is now in these capsules. And the only people who can't take them, the only people is if you've had a transplant. Because if you've had a transplant, you'll be on anti-rejection drugs to stop the transplant being lost. And these are so good for your immune system that the transplant obviously would be damaged. So it says on the label, do not give to people who've had a transplant. And it also says, if you're a diabetic on insulin, you may need to work with your doctor, you may need to use less insulin because it can even help the pancreas starting to make insulin again. So those are the two warnings. If you've had a transplant, don't use it at all. If you're on insulin, work with your doctor because if your sugar levels start to improve, you may need less insulin. But other than that, anybody can take Moducare. I've been selling it for 20 years. And when I met the Professor Patrick Buick from Cape Town University, the professor of immunology, when he asked me to meet him 9 years ago in London, he was giving a lecture. I went to the meeting and he said to me, Dennis, you've sold half the sales of Great Britain. We want you to be the distributor. So I distribute to other shops and different parts of the country these capsules called Moducare. Now, in your 248 bones in your body, some of the main bones where the stem cells are being made, the stem cells are where your immune system is mainly found. And there are 19 cells being made in the stem cells of your bones. And the last two are called Th1 and Th2. And if you take Moducare, you get the balance back. So coming to hay fever and autoimmune diseases like Crohn's, colitis, lupus, ankylosing spondylitis, rheumatoid arthritis, and psoriasis, we sell Moducare to help all these people have a much better immune system. I've got photographs. I'm just finishing writing a book. I spent 3 years writing a book on all my knowledge. And I've got photographs where eczema taking this product has disappeared, where psoriasis has disappeared. It's an amazing product. When the professor took the water out of the sap of the tree from what the powder is released, the powder in 3 little capsules is like eating 15 fruit a day: an apple, a pear, an orange, a tangerine, a satsuma, a melon, a grapefruit. That's only about 7. You could never eat 15 fruit and veg a day. You'd have to be a gorilla because they live on fruit and veg. And so by taking 3 little capsules, 2 in the morning as you wake up and 1 at night as you get into bed, you take them on an empty stomach, you have a wonderful improvement in your immune system. So we sell it for help people maintain a healthy immune system with all the 155 autoimmune diseases, all those Crohn's, colitis, lupus. This helps, in addition to their medicine, it helps to maintain a healthy immune system. It modulates with care. So we called it Moducare. Now, all these other products, they are antihistamines. They all work. They help people. Excuse me. So some of the older ones, which still work very well, may cause drowsiness, like the Piriton, chlorpheniramine. And then there's more modern ones like loratadine, which is a non-drowsy antihistamine. And a lot of people get itchy eyes. So here we have eye drops. They've all got in it a substance called sodium chromoglycate. You can buy these in your pharmacy and you put a drop in your eye, and the itchy eyes caused by the pollen, the tree pollen, the grass pollen, the flower pollen, they give wonderful relief in seconds from the itchy eyes of the hay fever. But as I say, if you take the Moducare capsules, then you take 2 in the morning, 1 at night, and I've not had hay fever now all these years. I take them April, May, June, July, and that's what I'm recommending, a wonder product. If you have trouble getting them from your local pharmacy or health food store, I can send them to you. It's Dennis Gall, the Chemist, 26 Whitaker Lane, Prestwich, Manchester, M25 1FX. If you want, I've got notes from the book printed. If you'd like to read about the Moducare from the notes from the book, then if you just write on an envelope, Dennis the Chemist, Prestwich, Manchester, the postcode is M25 1FX. But if they know me locally, I'm 81. I've been in the shop 51 years. So the Prestwich, Manchester sorting office knows Dennis the Chemist. If you just write Dennis the Chemist, Prestwich, Manchester, and put an and just write on a piece of paper your name and address and postcode, I will. You don't need to put a return stamp. Post it to me, but on the envelope with your name and address and postcode, we'll put a stamp on, and we'll send you the notes on Moducare. And then if you can't get them locally, we can post the Moducare bottle to you. They cost $21.95 for a month's supply. And we sell this time of the year now hundreds and hundreds of bottles to people with hay fever. You know, it's not, as I said, it's not just for hay fever. And I have a picture, I put it in my book that I'm going to publish in about 3 months. A picture of a baby with the worst eczema I'd ever seen. She'd had cream, she had moisturizers, and I gave her the powder because I know you can give it to pregnant women, this Moducare powder. I know you can give it to babies because Professor Buick told me, the professor in South Africa at Cape Town University, he's the professor of immunology. He told me they give it to babies with HIV/AIDS. They give it to pregnant women with AIDS. And they all do so much better than those who, in the original trial, weren't given it. So Moducare really does modulate with care your immune system. That's the book. I know it's reading back to front. The Immune System Cure, and the other words underneath says, optimize your immune system in 30 days the natural way. And all it is the sap of a tree with the water removed, the powder put into capsules. You take 3 little capsules a day, and it activates the stem cells of your bones. When you're healthy, without hay fever and other autoimmune diseases, the last 2 of the 19 cells being made in your bones, the stem cells, they're called Th1 and Th2. And if they're balanced, the Th1 and the Th2, then you're in good health. But if the Th1s go too low, then you get, here it is. There's the diagram in the book. The top diagram, the person, the matchstick man standing on the seesaw is balanced. And in the lower one, you can see it's gone down on the left and up on the right. And when the Th1s go too low, you're more prone to infection and other serious illnesses, and HIV is there. On the other side, when the Th2s have gone too high, then you get pain, inflammation, allergies, autoimmune diseases. So it balances. The Th1s come up when you take the Moducare, the Th2s come down, and you get remission from the problems. And as I said, this time of the year, April, May, June, July, we've just bought another 5,000 bottles from South Africa, not just for hay fever. We're using it for all these problems. So yes, you've got all the traditional products that everybody will be selling, and they will give good relief. The Piriton, the Polynase, the Benadryl, the Alevia, and then you've got alachromide drops, murine eye drops, and they all contain sodium chromoglycate. So those eye drops are all helping the terrible itchy eyes that people experience. And all these other products, that the well-known ones that are being sold in all the pharmacies across the country, the Piriton, the Polynase, the Benadryl, the Alevia, they're all tablets that you take to stop the histamine. And millions of people take them and get good relief. But the stage before is to block the histamine even being released in the first place. And that's what Moducare does. It modulates with care the immune system. And I'm looking forward now to the next 2 or 3 months with no sneezing, no itchy eyes, because it will have sorted out the very fault that takes place in hay fever.
It's all about the balance, Dennis. Fantastic stuff.
All about the balance.
Yeah, and well put together in terms of a Moducare piece. Excellent stuff as ever. Just a reminder, how can people actually get in touch with your good self? Is it dennisthechemist.com or indeed just Dennis the Chemist, Prestwich, Manchester?
To get in contact, they can read me about me, dennisthechemist.com. If they want to order, info at dennisthechemist.com, and the staff will take an order and they'll post them the same day. The Moducare.